Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your boy P Farm thinking right out here in my lab, and I'm in the book, and I'm at the end of the book. We got a few more pages left. I got my other one in order. I'm waiting for it, but let's do what we do right here now. I got a nice one for you today. P Funk's philosophy on the Ankh is a female symbol. And when we get done with that, I'm gonna break that down for you nice and easy. He got some good stuff in here. We're gonna work with that within the confines. You see that, Mason? I got some more for you. And then we're going over here to, yeah, you see it. I've been saving this for the end. He did it perfect. We walking right on into this episode. We getting there right back like we supposed to. All right, let's go. Writism. 25 rules live by storytelling. Story with a message. There's always a message in my stories for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get there together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I do. Pay attention. I got you. It's rhetorical, but if you don't have to answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you, I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself as true. My God, be true. We're going to get into P-Funk philosophy on the Ankh, which I see as a female instrument. From my philosophy, it was key of life. They put it a little different, so I'm going to break down their philosophy. This is not mine, so let's go. The Femanine, aka the Ankh. And Egypt, everybody carried this thing with them. Okay? The Ankh, they put it to the nose. You see them put it up to the nose. It was known as the key of life in the Egyptian philosophical concept. I'm gonna give you from his side because he breaks it down, and it's a perfect. It works. It works. Okay. Again, I can't argue what works. I'm gonna present it to you best I could with the loop from my philosophical ancient right thing philosophy. The loop represents the female womb. Cool. And we understood that. The knot that's tied behind it over top of the two cross, the sticks and that represents the male phallus and the offspring when the man and woman get together. But they don't present it that way. They present it a little different. They present it as the uterus. And if you look at that perfect fit, a perfect fit. But we use it again for a different purpose, explain it a little different. But you see here, this philosophy works perfect. And I've been learning about the torus field, the hyperboloid, all this good stuff. Male, female action. Male is the action. Female is the energy attraction. So all this plays in symbolically from a different perspective, and it makes a lot of sense. This right here. Oh, that's right there. So symbolically, it plays out perfect. And you show the equality. I'm going to break this down for you in a minute. Where even in Egypt, you see the man and woman equal. Same size, same height, and equal. Masons, we took it, and when I wear the apron at Mason, it ain't about hiding my genitals. It's about protecting me from the flying debris. But that's if you're working in the quarry. That's operative Mason. If you're a speculative Mason, yeah, you got to deal with it from a different perspective. And you see here the apron and the M. It's really a V in there. You see the V? You see that? And that's all feminine. All feminine. This is all feminine symbology. And giving them their respect. Why? But then being just as good as the masculine. Okay, it's no, well, the man, no, women just as powerful, just as strong as the man in her own rights. That's where respect for somebody else being different comes in. Opposites is going to be different. We have to harmonize and work together for the common good. So again, the Ankh, which is we take it as universal sign, the key of life, and it is. Why? The womb is the portal. They still trying to make symbolism and mythology literal. They still looking for the goddamn portal to fly around the universe and all these wormholes. Y'all still making mythology philosophical concepts, trying to make it real. So have at it, knock yourself out. Okay, but the symbolism behind the Ankh, from their perspective, works perfect. Perfect fit. Can't argue it, can't debate it. It's not mine, but I understand it. And I'm trying to show you where, okay, it tells you the wormhole, the portal, is the female womb. You come out of that thing there, you come into this world. Come on now. That makes a lot of sense. I understand that. And they're showing you the torus field. That's what the man, and see, this is a physical concept. Why? This is ego, because they got the man on top. When you see red on top, that's a male concept. Okay, well, he put the woman on the bottom, but it's not to say one is better than the other. That's the concept. No, it's just you got to have something different than this. Male got to have the opposite female. Makes sense. It ain't nothing about no who's superior, who more important. Stop that. Okay, equanimity. Oh, that's my word. I love that word. Why? Because it represents using what? Both hemispheres of your thinking process, your brain. That's why. So again, understand the symbolism and the meaning of the symbol, and that's how you get educated on esoteric messages, hidden messages that make sense to those who understand it and know it. Egyptian males wore headdresses. Why? To symbolize the sacred feminine. Okay? Feminine is sacred because it is the portal into what? This physical world. Everybody got to come through the female womb. The uterus got to come through that pipe. They got to come down the pipe. Everybody coming through the portal. They sit in the womb. It comes down the chain and comes out. That's life. And it's been that way since the beginning. It ain't nothing changed. That's the fact. And we just use symbols to show that and understand that we got it. And watch this. It says here, the woman is magnetic in nature. She what attracts. I love women. Yeah, what? It's natural. It's natural. It's okay. It's all right. No problem, fellas. Okay, but don't again balance and everything. Don't go too extreme. That's all. You okay to love them, but don't get too far. All right, but women are magnetic by nature, and the male is electric. The electric. That means it's active. It's more. That's us. That's why we got that thing to do that for and to create. When man found out that having sex wasn't just for procreation, but it can be used for pleasure, it's been a wrap ever since. And the woman figured out, oh, I can get paid for this. Moving on. This ain't nothing new. This sex thing has been around, and it's the strongest desire man have to procreate. That's how we got here. You can't abstain and make kids. You can't have a monastery, bunch of people with nobody having sex to reproduce. Sex is a necessary evil, as some of y'all would say. It ain't an evil until you what? You make it and pervert it to make it evil. Y'all can take anything good and just flip it and make it bad. We've been doing it forever. Moving on. We show you you can use it any way you want. That's what we're showing you. And the thing is, we use male and female as an example. The female triangle down, males is up. The force, they like to receive. Okay. Again, the male is the action, the female is the attraction. The Masons, they wear the M. Masons wear the apron with the M on it. Okay? If you ask them what it means, you will get a whole bunch of different answers. And nobody can tell you they don't know. And they really don't. Okay, but here you go, some of the ideas, what they say it stands for. Again, you see this part of the body. Okay, that's the woman part. This the man part. We got to cover it up. Remember the fig, the idea of the garden? Okay, you cover your private parts. It's private parts. They should be covered. That's why when Adam and Eve became conscious who they was, they realized they had to cover private parts, all symbolical. And it tells a story to get you to understand. It's just a concept. Y'all make it real. Oh, in the garden, God came. Moving on. But the M, they say, stands for mother. Why? Our father is dead. Okay, we orphans. We fatherless. Okay, we got mothers. That's why our lives are considered to be female. Mothers, why? They're taking care of us. They don't leave us. Okay, but the mother is standing for mother, 1, matter, 2, maker, 3, and then mason. What? Again, I'm just presenting you the concept. I'm not here to debate or discriminate. So let me stop with that nonsense. They show you again. The M represents the uterus. Okay, there's that V there. See there? See it right there? Okay, even with the man, it's still always there. So we keep the women. We can't do that without women. We can't reproduce like the woman. And same thing for them. So we can't be at odds with each other. That makes no sense. Moving on. The mother is matter. What you mean? Matter is the womb that gives birth to matter. Right here, that portal, that thing that we come out of. Okay, and everybody have come that way. Anybody who didn't, if you ain't got a birth navel, then you're different. Because everybody they got to cut that cord, and that's the remnants of the cord being cut. Okay, you came from somewhere, from your mom. Okay, now about to get a little hectic, but this is sex education. I'm not here to talk about sex or that person. I'm here to give you sex education, what they're supposed to give us in school, and they didn't do a good job at that at all. That's just moving on. But now, sex stands for sacred energy exchange. Your sexual energy, increase that cerebral spinal fluid. That's the most potent desire that we have as humans. Why? The power to procreate. We got to do that. Okay. But after 50, the procreation factor pretty much dies down. Some people still, I made baby at 50, but your desire is supposed to be calming a little bit down. But some of us are still going at 50, 60, 70. Okay. That's unusual in life. We got a bunch of stuff that's unusual to people. So don't get caught up in that. If you got sexual urges that still driving you 56 years old, be glad at. Right now, you can go get a pill. You got to be a desire. Take that pill and you're good to go. Moving on. But that's all sex. Everything ain't about sex. Why? That's just the word. The meaning is sacred energy that's being exchanged. Let's talk about that. Say, let me give my lesson. All right. What is sexual energy? Our vital life force. In men, cerebral spinal fluid. Okay? That thing that gives life. Again, we get a new juice. We get juice every month. 12 of them a year. I ask a question. What tree grows fruit, bears fruit 12 times a year? Man. Okay? They didn't teach us that man get cerebral spinal fluid refreshment every 28 days. We know about the women menstrual cycle. Women have period, you had a period. Okay, what the man get? Nothing. Yes, he do. God don't just play favors. He don't just do one. No. People, that's what represents. He's the only one. Everything else got an opposite. We manifest the opposite for God when we create the devil from us. Again, we ain't gonna play that game back and forth. Well, why don't he just kill the devil? The devil is you. And he will. Trust me, when time is up, your time is going to be taken care of too. That's what he does. That's called judgment. Moving on. And he's the only one who has the right for that, not us. Look, again, the vital life force, the energy that's responsible for life and creation. And it constitutes a force that not only initiates and shapes life, but also sustains it. You get a fresh batch every 28 days. This month, February. Okay, Black History Month. This is the first true month when it starts on a Sunday and ends on a Saturday. Okay, 4 weeks, like that. That's how every month's supposed to be. 4 weeks. New month. They changed it, rearranged it, but that's what the cycle. We've been off cycle for a long time. Okay, we are out of harmony with nature, first of all, and he did that purposely. Another lesson at a time. But again, the sexual energy is the fire desires in us to what? Zoom, zoom, and the boom, boom. You got to control that. You have to control that. The God men standing around his big penis saying, no, I know how to use this. It ain't just going in and everything. that's control over it. We know what it is. It's for reproduction purpose, but no, we want it for pleasures. Okay, that's the way man, fall of man came from our concept. But sexual energy serves as the life-giving force that breathes vitality into all living beings. It's natural for us to have sexual urges. It's in us. On a physical level, throughout your lifespan, this energy not only gives rise to life, but also constantly nurtures and supports it. In essence, it grants you life at the moment of what? Birth. From the time you conceive to the time you stop breathing. Yet its influence extends far beyond, continuously renewing and regenerating your cells. We know that what's going on with the body, a whole bunch of stuff going on. Scientists prove that. So we ain't got time to play that role. Let's talk about the essence and the concept. Speaking of essence, good segue. The essence of sexual energy is the desire. The desire, okay? It lies in both creation and creativity. The fundamental origin of each individual, listen, is rooted in the realm of sex. Either you're male or you're female, but you are sexual driven. One way or another, it don't make a difference. Okay? As we all emerge from it. You didn't get here. If my mom and my dad didn't do the wild thing, I don't exist. So sex is a necessary evil. Everything that you produce from that sexual encounter ain't gonna always be good, but you bring it into the world. You exchanging your sacred energy to what? Procreate. Animals don't need that. They get the girl get the heat, she flash it and they come. And then she get pregnant. She don't give a damn who the father is. Okay? But we as humans, we're conscious, so we can't live like that. Though some of us do, but that's the concept. But watch this. Our existence is intrinsically tied to sexual energy. Yeah. That stuff that come out of the man penis, cerebral spinal fluid, the Christos, the oil, that y'all think is a real person, which acts as a primary source of what? Life and creation. The story goes, Amun pleasured himself and he ejaculated because he wanted pleasure. So he took it in his own hands. I gave less about it. If you can't please yourself, don't worry about pleasing somebody else. Why? It starts with you. You can't please yourself. You really can't do nothing to somebody else. That's just my concept. But without this vital force, life would lack the impetus and the motivation and the driving energy required for us to what? To continuously procreate, to manifest life. So if y'all think homosexual activity is a good thing, y'all think LGBTQ2 lesbian lifestyle is a good thing, it's just all not natural. It goes against nature. So man can do what he wants, and they showing you that, but you're responsible for that. So I'm not here to tell somebody I'm not telling nobody they're going to hell for what they're living. That's on you. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But we grandify, we make it legal, marry women or marry women. If we made a law that not do that, it would be determined. No, we're going to break the law. Yeah, everything we do is for certain people. Everybody ain't on the same accord. But freedom to do and be is what God gave you. So they can be man on man, woman on woman, and that works for them. Okay, but there's a thing called judgment. You get yours. Moving on. It ain't my deal. Let me wrap this up right quick. I see the clock. It's going to be a 2-lesson. But emotion. Emotion is energy emotion. That means you're doing something. You're doing something. The most potent among all human emotions is what? That one associated with sexuality. That drive, the desire to procreate. That's what it is, but it's more now. Sexual pleasure is more for pleasure than procreation. How many babies are planned? You just jump in the bed and do the wild thing, and if it happens, cool. Not well, I'm moving on. Okay. Y'all playing crap with human life. Once that egg is fertilized by the sperm, we got life. Call Houston. Why? We got a problem. Why? We got life coming. And 9 times out of 10, the women who ain't paying attention to that, having unprotected sex, she don't know who impregnated her. And a lot of kids are bastards. Why? They don't know who the father is. She don't know who she got pregnant by. Moving on, but this is common. Hell, dogs don't know who the father is. The letter. It could be this guy, next could be that guy, next could be the other guy. You don't know who they look like. But the idea is, well, I'm close to that one, so I take my chances. All right. But again, procreation is what drives life. Again, so if you want to procreate, you can't procreate with another man. You can have sex, you can have, but you can't procreate. Women, same thing. So I don't do that one way. No, it's equal opportunity. Let me get this lesson, get to the next one. I'll get right to the good part right here. Now, when emotion is energy emotion, and the most potent among all human emotions is that emotion for sexuality. Now, while there exists other mental stimulants, yeah, other stuff that can make you happy, other stuff that'll bring you joy, other than having sex. And as you get older, you start to realize, jumping up and down. I'm 68 years old. I ain't trying to do what I was doing at 20. That's dumb. That make no sense. So again, I'm so past that. Again, but none of your stimulants other than your sexual encounter, individually or collectively, can match the compelling force of sexual desire. Told you, it's at the top of this. It's at the top. 80-year-old guys still want to do the thing. Women too. That means that desire don't die. Okay? A mental stimulant refers to any influence that can either temporarily or permanently elevate the frequency of thoughts and vibration of one individual, what they think and feel about themselves. Thinking and feeling about yourself. If all you want to do is be pleasure and satisfied, that's ego. Simple. But the yearning for sexual expressions to get your thing off and stands as one of the most robust human emotions. Everybody wants to reach that. And that feeling right there, that right there is worse than the drug. To some people who can't seem to do without that. And they're pretty much doing anything for that, raping, killing. They want that pleasure. But realizing the consequences from those actions are forced. You got to pay. And guess what? If you was raping people, they're like, yeah, you got anybody to rape. So that don't really hold no water. That sexual tension still gonna be there. The sexual fight, but you just ain't gonna do nothing about it. Oh yes, you could. Self-pleasure, because that's what you be doing. I say anybody who rape, anybody pedophilia, caught with children, cut their penis off, castrate them. What? Why do we bring that back? How about we bring that back? Okay, cut some of this stuff out. Literally, good. See here. Yeah, I'm so tired of dealing with repeat offenders of kids. Don't put their name up. Damn that. Cut that thing off. We know who you are. You be a eunuch. Okay? Moving on. So that's too harsh. Why keep having our children get traumatized and abused when we can stop that nonsense at the core? Stop. Treat the ones who've done it prior. Show the ones who may do it again. This is what's going to happen to you. That's a deterrent. Simple. That's what we got laws for, a deterrent. Prison ain't to say, yeah, come on, everybody go to prison. It's a deterrent. If you break the law, you're going to come in, and here ain't good. Excuse me. Get caught up. But we back to the lesson. Let me wrap it up for you right quick. I got to go. And where we at? Yearning. Okay. The yearning for sex is not going to die. That I just told you, you got 80, 90-year-old people, 100 years old, still desire to what? Have pleasures of flesh. But it goes beyond, the most robust human emotion. And when this desire is redirected, here we go. Now, this is my area. When that desire to have sex is redirected towards activities other than physical actions, such as studying, getting intellectual information, or creativity, doing something positive in pursuits of what positives you pursuits, it possesses what? Your potential to propel an individual to what? To genius level. So you tell me, if I stop having sex, stop wasting my semen, I become a genius? All the nerds, they knew that a long time ago. They knew they wouldn't get no girls. They wasn't beat for that. They knew if they got their some position, the girls would want them. Now, it's nerd crazy. Everybody like the smart guy. You bring a little more to the table. That's all. And as an individual, you want to round your character out a little bit. Okay? That one trick pony, that one trick gets old real fast. Okay? It's only good to people who haven't seen it. Once you've seen it once, it's like, okay, I'm done with that. Okay, we know reruns. Some people love reruns. Some people love to know the outcome before. Why? Excuse me, get that person, get out of there. All right, let me wrap this up. But you become intellectual creativity, and you become genius level when you focus that energy on something positive. Now, in a simpler terms, Channeling this potent energy into other realms of life may and it will result in extraordinary achievements. You feel me? And it heightens one's capability for what? To reach their own personal potential within themselves. Exercising your restraint from succumbing to your sexual desires and pleasure of the flesh not only will require your mental discipline and strength, but it also manifests as what? Discipline for oneself across all facets of your life. You can control that urge. You can control pretty much everything about yourself. Told you, lower nature. Put that under control. You good. And that energy preserved from the restraining can be now transmuted. Chakra going up. Why? Into your critical, aka right thinking, and your creativity and your physical exertion, and most notably, activating. I just showed you. That's the serpent going up the spine from you doing the right thing, and it stimulates what? The pineal gland. My favorite thing. That's the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. But no, I got one more for you. When you have male and female, you got female, you got male. Together, that's like the Ankh told you from my perspective. You can create life. Male and female creates life. We call it creation, right? Right here. Female, male equals creation. Female, male equals creation. Y'all think this is the damn 6-star? It ain't no 6-star star. Stars are 5. Simple. Head, arm, leg. That's a star. The 6 sides showing you this is the cube. Human form, physical. Male up, female down together. You get this. That's who? God. Hello? You become one. Saturday night, y'all have been hanging out, did your thing. Y'all get to that little section. Y'all think Saturday night won't become a Sunday. Why? Because y'all want to stay in that state right there. Y'all want to become one. Love and intimacy is two people trying to become one. Hence, intercourse. Ooh, I like that. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'm just here to teach you the concept. Hope you enjoyed it. I got some more. We're going to talk about sex. We're not done. So, right thinkers, in closing, may you all there to be 100. Me, 100 minus a day. So I know my right thinkers who now understand this sex thing, sacred energy exchange, have passed away. I'm about to get into the porn. Some people, it ain't what you think. I'm out.